Hello everyone, this is Astocky here. Welcome to another episode of the Astocky Pack Let's Play. The last episode was quite a short one. I just messed around with that tower a little bit and then died. But the purpose of the last episode was really just to let you know about an update that had happened. And what I'm going to do now is finish this tower and then go off in search of some things that I'm going to need to, I guess, keep doing what I want to do. So what I'm going to start with is, don't know exactly where I want this to be yet. I'm thinking here. I'm thinking this will be a perfect place for it. So if I get a bit of cobble, I want to kind of brick this up. So there's my 3x3. So what I'm going to make is just an infinite water source. But then I'm going to pack that in like that. So you're only actually going to see the place that you can take water out of, so that you're not going to accidentally take water out of the wrong place and break the water source. I have seen some other videos where some people have used like some half slabs and some fancy sort of things to make it look a bit, I guess, clever, a bit more clever, but I'm not aiming for clever, I'm aiming for functional. There we go, cobble. Perfect, so we'll take that cobble now, place that there. So now what we have is we have our infinite water source. And over here we have all our machines just doing their thing. What I want to do though is take the redstone and the coal dust and the clay dust and the bucket of water and make some more foam. And I think I might make one more lot of that. Why aren't you shift clicking in? Okay, there we go. So hopefully now with our singularity compressor we can compress that up nice and fast. Beautiful. 6 more pellets for our foam sprayer. That should be almost full at the end of this, which is going to be plenty of spray. And I have lots of scaffold. All I need to do now, for this to work, I'll call it correctly, I'm going to have to fix up the hole I just left in the world. I'm going to need to get some wood. Hoping that the grasses, look at that, I'm giving him a nice grassy field, and he's got plenty of places to roam around and just be a happy testificate. Wow, that's a good sized tree that's grown in the center there. Come on. I still haven't got this oil out of this area here either, and I do really want to do that. There's just so many things I really want to do and I'm just not getting around to doing it. Okay, make sure you're not son of something or other. Nope. You're just big tree. And now take away that. Just need one sapling. Come on, there we go. Probably should have done that without my drill. That was a bit of a waste of drill power, but I'm gonna have to come back here because I think very soon there's going to be an awful lot of extra wood there. But the reason I wanted this wood is so that I can make myself some of those, which I can make myself some sticks, and I can use those sticks to reinforce the scaffolding, and that reinforced scaffolding is going to allow me to finish this beautiful little tower that I've been kind of on and off working on for a number of episodes. Okay, so let's go up. Now hopefully what I can do here is once I get near the right height where I want to be, I should be able to just place one of these that I can stand on, and then I should be able to reach across and click it. Perfect. Now hopefully if I just come over here and shift click, it should fill that in. That's not worth trying to get. Head back up to the top. Whoop. Not as good as I was hoping for. Now that I've worked out what I'm doing here, I'll break all that scaffolding. Break that dirt block. Now what I need is to work out what it looked like on the other side. So let's go up. Can't do that because that's not reinforced scaffolding. So one further down. Then go up, up, up. And now I should be able to take these sticks and click on this top one. Whoops, top one. And that'll reinforce it so that now I get plenty. Okay, so still not 100% sure how I'm going to do this, or even what size I needed it to be. So it needs to be, okay, this far out, so I need to cover all of that. Let's just take some wooden plank, stick it there. That should be okay, I think. There's one piece of scaffold, another piece. Okay, so I need to, hopefully if I reinforce this one now. Okay, can't reinforce that one. I reinforce this one. I don't know if that took or not. Okay, it's not looking like it did, so should be fine. Now just going to come over here and just sort of look at what I had. So it needs to be 1, 2, 3 that way, and then 1, 2, 3 that way. So let's see what we've got. We've got our 1, 2, yep, we've got our 3 that way, and 1, 2, we need to go 1 further this way. And then just kind of fill this part in. But as always, it's decided to be difficult, and I can't actually see down enough to know what I'm doing there. So this is going to be plan number 2. Okay, so that bit appeared to have been supporting them. So when I broke it, they all fell down, and that's not what I was hoping for. It's okay, I'm sure I can do the same thing here now. Reinforced, bring it out one, take it up one, take it across one. I wonder if I can jump onto this scaffolding. Perfect. Now I might even be lucky enough to be able to, because I've just built that reinforced one. Excellent. Getting really close now to achieving what I wanted to achieve. Just like 3 or 4 more pieces of the puzzle I got to put together. Drop. Oh, that's going to hurt. I am so glad for these rubber boots. I just felt my life flash before my eyes then, and I very nearly swore once again. I thought for sure I was going to have to mute some of that video out then. I think that was a good idea. I guess I'll find out really soon. Got my sticks back. Looks like it might not have been a bad idea. Okay, so here we line ourselves up with the center. One. Whoops, that was not the button. Let's try again. Make it nice and high. That's got to be high enough. I haven't exactly worked out yet how I'm going to do this. I get the feeling what I'm going to have to do is sort of cement it all together and then break a few bits off. But again, it's something that I will work out when I get to that. Oh, and I totally didn't notice that before either. Don't want to fall, but I did. And it's lucky I didn't die. Not that good with this stuff. Okay. Feeling much safer now. Up to the top. Okay, so what I should be able to do now is build off to the side one, build up one, reinforce that piece, and then I want to fill this in. So we want piece of wood. Now hopefully if I go boom, that should fill those ones in without filling the other ones in. I guess it remains to be seen how well all of this will work. I'm feeling kind of confident though. Yep, feeling good about this now. Back down we go. And then I'm going to come up to the top of my basalt tower and actually, you know what, I might not even need to do that. I might be able to go back up through my other tower. Yeah, I'm wishing I was feeling as confident as I was a few seconds ago. Worked almost through the night. And I think it's kind of odd that no mobs have spawned. Ooh. One of those update things. Totally didn't notice yesterday. Looks like there might still be one piece left. That'd be most unfortunate if that was the case. Something that I would really like to build in this episode is an MFE, but I need to, I guess, adjust a little bit how my power setup in my basement's working before I do that. Okay. Actually that looks as though that's complete. So we've gone 3 that way, 3 that way. Yeah, that's good. That looks as though it's actually finished. Except for just here. Because this little bit just here decided it wanted to be difficult. And didn't want to play nice. That's okay, because... And then 1 squirt. And now all we have left is some neatening up to do. Or at least that is all we'll have left to do once all this foam dries. Although I think I might try and see if I can do it the same way I did the other one. See if I can fill each of these individually. Darn it. Went everywhere except where I wanted it to go. I think I'm going to... I had way more than enough and I had to go and mess it up. So I need 1, 2, 3 more squirts, which should be just one more lot of this setup like that. Well, either way, this tower now looks to be finished. Like I said, barring the neatening up. And I will not get to that this episode, that can be a job for later. Something that I do want to try though is this. a wind power mill, because I've been told that these apparently work quite well when you go higher up, and the fact that I'm pretty much, you know, at the limit for the world height for the old world, I think should mean that I should get quite a lot of power out of it. So I'm going to head down and put that together, and then I'm going to feed the power that comes out of that into my new MFE that I'm going to build. And you might say, well, what are you building an MFE for? And I'm building an MFE because I would like an electric jetpack. I think the coolest way to get to the top of that is not going to be to climb there. It's going to be to fly up there in an electric jetpack. So we've got 1, 2, 3 pieces that kind of need to go from there, and then 1 piece from there that needs to be solidified. Okay, so we need a piece of copper cabling to make a battery. And I have... How do I not have a tree tap? Tree tap. So I'm going to go get that tree tap, and then I'm going to make some rubber. Then I'm going to totally run out of power for my chainsaw. It either hasn't fallen down or I took too long and it's disappeared. Two, 4. I guess it's not really going to be that big a deal because I have an extractor, so each one's going to give me 3 pieces anyway. Perfect. Absolutely plenty of rubber. And plenty of food. I seem to remember about 12 episodes ago I said I was going to build a farm just there. But it doesn't look like I'm going to get to that. Maybe... nah, not even this episode. It's just that I'm not going to get to that. I think if I ever start to run low on food, that will give me the incentive I need to do it. But I just can't see that happening. I just can't see that there's any way that I'm going to run low on food. There just seems to be an abundance of apples, an abundance of all these other different things. Oop, not the furnace, the compressor. Perfect. Sprayer. There we go. Wow, that takes a while. Copper dust. I mean, it does take a while, but I guess at least I'm getting 3 at a time out of it, so it's not quite as bad as a macerator that takes about the same amount of time and you only get 1 at a time out of it. So I need tin now. I know I have some tin. So, loads of tin. There we have our battery. And a furnace. And 4 pieces of steel, hey? Four pieces of steel is definitely not going to be enough. Yep. As I said, 4 pieces of steel is definitely not going to be enough. But 9 should be plenty. So we have a machine block, furnace, copper cable. Let's pretend I said battery. Now I need 4 pieces of iron, I think it was 1 for each corner. Generator. There we have one windmill. Now I need to take my 4 diamonds, my last 4 diamonds. That is just pure luck. Now the uses of these things, I need another machine block. So I need, once again, more iron and more coal. Perfect. Got a little click happy there. Okay, so you go in the center. Now 4 crystals. Now 4 cables, I believe. Perfect. 1 MFE. Now we've got our windmill, we've got our MFE. I think we're now good to go. I'm going to get those last couple of pieces off camera, because those last couple of pieces are going to require lots of just building scaffolding and knocking scaffolding down and things like that, and that's not going to be particularly exciting. So like I said, I'll do that off camera, but I am going to build my super setup here. Just gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You're the middle. So let's place our MFE just there. And let's place our windmill on top. It's not producing power very fast. I think that thing at the bottom shows you how fast it's producing power. And yeah, I have to say, a little disappointed. I was really expecting that being this high up, it was going to do better. Actually, that's almost stopped. I might have to check the wiki. Like I said, updates. I might have to check the wiki and work out why that thing's not working as well as it should. Because there is definitely something that's not working quite the way I wanted it to work. And I don't have a clue why it's not working. But I guess it's free power, and I can go away now and come back later and it'll still be free power. So the next thing that I'm going to need to produce what I want to produce is one of those. It's a Red Power 2 block breaker. And the reason for that is the next thing I'm going to create in this episode is an infinite cobblestone generator. And the reason for that is because I want to use some of that extra space I have out beside the village now, and I want to build up the village. I want to expand the number of testificates I have and generally just go crazy. And so the best way to do that is with an infinite cobblestone generator. So here I have a bucket, empty power tools, hey? A good tradesman would never let his tools go flat. So that doesn't reflect well upon me. There we go. Yeah, I mean, you can see just how much more quickly this system is producing power, and that's even with all these machines draining all that power off it. So yeah, that wind power stinks. Okay, so I am now off to my little mine over here. Better put that piece of fence back. Off to find some lava. Now I know where lava is, so I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to come back once I get there. Back soon. Okay, I'm back where I was mining all my obsidian earlier on in the episodes, and back to my lava. And it turns out, I totally didn't even look here last time. This looks as though that's the start of a ravine. So that's actually quite cool. But not to be distracted. I was not here for any of that stuff, so... Actually, I think last time I was here, I was down here for Nikolite. So I think that was pretty much all I harvested last time, just Nikolite. But, here we go. Back up. I brought a whole heap of torches with me this time. Well, that's not strictly true. I brought a whole heap of wood and I had coal on me, so I made a heap of torches. Some sapphires. Now that Minecraft has added emerald ore, I can't help but wonder what's going to happen with red power, whether red power, because I guess the red power ores are much more common. So I can't help but wonder if maybe Elaram is going to either change the name of her ore. I know the exit's somewhere here. Can't be that way. Ah, there it is. I can't help but wonder if she's going to change the name of her ores to be something different, other than emeralds, or whether maybe even Minecraft might make their emeralds more common, and then add some other different kinds of ores in that are something similar. I guess there's a lot of kind of talk at the moment about the kinds of things that Mojang is adding into Minecraft, and whether all of it is necessary. I think for people who don't like modding the game, it's pretty good to be able to start to have some of these cool features, and I think trading with testificates I think is a good thing, because it from what I can see, the mods like Millionaire are very CPU intensive, and they add a whole lot of functionality, but not everyone likes all of the functionality that's in those mods, so I guess they're not for everyone. And so my thought would be that if Mojang can add testificate trading in such a way that doesn't really tax out the CPU for people who have lower end computers, then that's got to be a good thing. That's got to be something that will mean some of those good features will now be brought to more and more people to be able to play. Now, I took a quick break a couple of seconds ago while I was doing that, and I thought I would look up what I was doing wrong with my wind power. And I have worked out the answer. It turns out all of the blocks that surround your wind power actually have an effect on it. And so what that means is I had set myself up in a bad way. And what I'm going to do very soon is show you how to fix that. But first of all, I just want to make my block breaker. So, block breaker. So cobble, piston, easy. Now this just happens to be one of the most useful things that I think you can make in Minecraft, and obviously everyone knows about creating infinite cobblestone sources. I don't want to put this in an area where it's going to set anything on fire, so I'm thinking I might actually put it just outside of my base. Although I wish I had slept before I did this. Yeah, just here's going to be perfect. Just flatten a bit of ground out. Hope no one attacks me. And pick up all of that basalt later on. Okay, I need to go back inside, so I'm going to head back inside and sleep, and I'll come back in a moment. Okay, so I'm back now, and I'm going to start by doing what everybody knows always happens when you make an infinite water source. You start off with this kind of setup where you put a block of lava up one end and you dig a hole and then you take some water and you put some water in. So this is your, I guess for lack of any other kind of term for it, this is your standard block breaker setup. What I intend to do is make things just a little bit different. And by different, I mean better. So in this particular case, I have to go down one block further than you normally would. Get out. Okay, this is going to cause me untold issues. Okay. Now I shouldn't have to do that. If I move that away, the water should just flow straight down. Perfect. Now what this will do is I'm going to place my block breaker just here, and I'm going to put a redstone torch here. And now what should happen is when I place my bucket of lava, it should form and make a solid. And now this particular piece just here should be powered by the redstone torch directly underneath it. So what I should be able to do is run redstone across the top and over to here, and you can see that as soon as the block formed, it actually broke. The only problem with that is you obviously can't power it like that, because the redstone breaks the exact second that it breaks the block. So what you need to do is, I don't totally remember this bit. This is from a video that I watched quite a long time ago. Wondering if I can put it there if it's powered. There we go, look at that. Now what is happening is, I'll just break this to demo it. Basically what is happening is the exact second that block appears, it powers the redstone from underneath it into it, and that basically makes this circuit here pulse. And so basically the very second that the cobblestone forms, the system breaks it. So basically, if I look in here, the very second that it forms, it disappears. And it will continue doing that until this chest is absolutely full. And once that chest is totally full, this will no longer break, which is the way the red power block breaker works, and then the cobblestone will just sit there. So I guess here I have my timer that I was going to use, but this is, I guess, a more efficient system. It does take a bit of redstone though, and I didn't practice building that, so it did take me a little bit to, I guess, muff about with it to see if I could get it to work, but I've got there, and that's the important thing. So like I said, I had previously incorrectly built my wind power generator, and when I get up there I will explain why. Sorry about that. Okay, the issue I was having is the way the wind generators work is they look a number of levels above themselves, and also at least one level, could be two levels below themselves, and then they look to see if there's anything impacting in that. And what was basically happening is all of these blocks here were within two levels below it, so they were reducing the amount of power that it had the capability of producing. So what I'm going to do here is basically build up too high, and now if I put my wind power turbine at the top of that, like so, what should actually happen now is A, it's a little bit higher, so it's a little bit more efficient, but B, there's also nothing underneath it, so you can see that it's actually producing power faster. Now because I actually have 9 pieces of this cable, darn it, monkey. Back in a moment. Okay, and welcome back. That is one of those moments where the instant you click on something, you go, wow, I wish I had not have just done that. Okay, so what I was intending to do is basically just build this up now and build this up, because the higher this goes, the more power the wind power plant will produce. So now what should happen is if I right click on it with something that's not going to break it, it's actually producing a bit more power than it was before. So it should also be, there we go, counting up much more quickly now than it was before. So it's still not, 100%, but it definitely gives me an option to charge things that require an MFE to charge. And because I'm pretty much not going to use this power for anything else except for charging, jetpacks and things that can't be charged any other way, I think this is a pretty good use for the first thing that I've built at the top of my nice tall tower. So back down we go. I'm going to check on my block breaker, make sure it's still breaking blocks in an appropriate way, and then I'm going to call an end to this episode and say thank you. And the reason I say I'm going to say thank you is as of last night when I updated, I've had nearly 200 downloads of the Astocky pack, and I think that's excellent. I guess that's testament to you guys out there who are trying these things out and enjoying these things. Okay, that's on constantly now. Not sure what caused that, whether that's a little glitch or not. If I find that it happens regularly, I might actually have to stop it altogether and just go for a normal timer system. Yeah, there seems to be something odd with the timing, that every now and then it jams itself up. So for now, until I can work out what I'm doing wrong, I think I'm just going to take my timer, where is that zombie? How did you spawn there? Bad zombie. Really bad zombie. Glad it was like super loud too when you did that. Okay, that's too fast. Perfect. That should work just nicely. So, yeah, like I was saying, thank you very much for everyone who's downloaded the Astocky pack and tried it out. I hope you've been keeping it up to date. I know there's been a lot of people who've been messaging me lately to say that they've been trying to get it and they haven't been able to because there's been some problems with it. So to those people I would like to say, please bear with me. Pretty much as soon as someone lets me know that the pack needs to be updated, I've been updating it. I seem to be short a few testificates. Obviously someone has got them or got at them. How are we doing here? We got one testificate there. And Gonna have to look around and see if I can find some more testificates, because I definitely should have more than that. So I'm gonna be back in a second, and hopefully I'll have found some testificates. Okay, I have no idea what I've done wrong, but somehow I've managed to lose all of my testificates except for that guy in that little house there and this guy over here that I just created a house for. So hopefully maybe they should get together and make some little testificate babies or something like that. I think that's how it's supposed to work, because the whole idea of building a bigger testificate village is not going to work if they don't like each other and they stay in opposite ends of the village. But I think I'll have to look at what happened there, because there should definitely be more testificates. But thank you very much for watching. I know that I had said this time last week that I was going to be looking to do another co-op in about a week's time, which would make it Friday night again. I think I'm actually going to do it Sunday this time, because I've just been way too busy this week and haven't got around to getting it ready. So expect to see the details of how to connect when I post my normal Let's Play episode for the Astocky pack tomorrow. Again, thank you very much for watching. Astocky out.